Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about this transposable elements or jumping genes. Basic concept behind these genes. All the genomic sequences can be categorized into two types, which are non-repetitive sequences and repetitive sequences. In case of non-repetitive sequences, these are the unique sequences which are having only one copy present in entire genome. While in case of repetitive sequences, there are more than one copy in the genome is present. In case of prokaryotes, majority of genomic sequences are non-repetitive in nature, while in case of eukaryotes, lower eukaryotes in having majority or non-repetitive in nature, example yeast. In higher eukaryotes, approximately 50% are repetitive in nature. Example, in case of plant and amphibian genome, approx 80% of sequences are repetitive in nature. Repetitive genomic sequences can be of two types. First one is the moderately repetitive sequences and second one is the highly repetitive sequences. Moderately repetitive sequences are the short sequences repeated 10 to 1000 times within the genome. We can take the example of transposable elements here. While in case of highly repetitive sequences, these are very short sequences less than 100 base pair repeated several times in genomes and forms large clusters of 100 kilobase pair to several megabase pairs. We can take the example of satellite DNA sequences. Satellite DNA sequences. Okay, so moving on to next one, which is classification of transposable elements, the main topic. Okay, so transposable elements are known as jumping genes or mobile DNA elements. These are the elements or components of DNA having the ability to move from one location to another within the genome, and during this process they often generate duplicate copies of themselves. Depending upon type of transposable elements, this process of movement can be called as transposition or retrotransposition. Transposable elements are also known as selfish DNA earlier, but not now. All transposable elements can be categorized as selfish DNA, that is any segment of DNA which replicates itself but is of no use to host cell. Any defective selfish DNA which is not capable of showing any movement or expressing its genes is also known as junk DNA. Transpositions can occur between homologous or non-homologous portions of genome, and therefore it is a homology independent process as compared to recombination, which is totally homology dependent, right? Based upon mechanism of movement, transposable elements are of two types: transposons and retrotransposons. Transposons are the type 2 elements generally moved by cut and paste strategy but can also show copy and paste, while retrotransposons are type 1 elements always moved by copy and paste mechanism. In this diagram, we can see transposon. In case of transposon, this is done by cut and paste mechanism, while in case of retrotransposons, this is done by copy and paste mechanism. Firstly, the RNA intermediate is copied and then cDNA is formed, which is now integrated into the target DNA. Right? Moving on to next slide. Based upon their self-sufficiency, every transposable elements can have two components, that is autonomous element and non-autonomous element. Autonomous elements are capable of their own movement as they contain their own coding region for transposase enzyme, and they also contain terminal inverted repeats, that is IR. We can take the example of AC component of ACDS element, right? Non-autonomous element not capable of their own movement as do not contain coding region for transposase and can show movement in presence of autonomous elements only, rarely contain terminal inverted repeats. We can take the example of DS elements of ACDS element here. Transposons. Type 2 transposable elements, also known as jumping genes, found in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes and are more common in prokaryotes. The first transposon was discovered in a eukaryote, that is in a maize, by Barbara McClintock, and it was called as ACDS elements or controlling elements. Based upon the type of movements, transposition can be of two types: conservative transposition and replicative transposition. In conservative transposition, there is cutting by transposase enzyme and pasting by transposase enzyme, which is now gap filling is done by the host DNA, and there is no change in the copy number during conservative transposition. While in case of replicative transposition, there is a copy and paste mechanism followed. So copy and paste mechanism, after following this copy and paste mechanism, the target site is cut by transposase enzyme and the particular copied DNA segment is now copied to the target site of the DNA. And here is increase in the copy number. So we can take the we can assume the difference that conservative transposition has no change in copy number, while having replicative transposition there is a change in copy number. Okay, so this is transposons in prokaryotes. I'll continue this in my next video lecture. So till then, take care.